안녕하십니까, 니콜라스입니다. And today I want to show you some new mind-blowing CSS features that maybe you haven't seen before. The best thing of the properties that we are about to see is the fact that before we used to write JavaScript code to accomplish the same thing that now we can accomplish using only CSS. Number one is supports. The supports at rule allows you to check if a CSS property is supported by a browser or not. So for example, here I'm checking to see if the browser supports CSS grid. If it does, I will make my div a grid container. But also I can check if my browser doesn't support CSS grid. And if it doesn't, I can provide a fallback. Number two is CSS scroll snap. With CSS scroll snap, you can control the way scrolling behaves in your website. But this one is very hard to explain with words, so let me show you a demo. This is how a normal scroll bar behaves. But with scroll snapping, you can make the scroll stick to the elements. And as you can see, it makes it feel like a mobile application. To enable this, just add the scroll snap type property to the parent and scroll snap align to the children, and you're done. This was one of the things that I had to implement before using only JavaScript. Now it's only 2 lines of code using CSS. Amazing! Number 3 is the IsPseudo Selector. Thanks to the IsPseudo Selector, now we have to write less code when we are selecting a lot of elements. On this example, I want to change the background color of the buttons inside of a header, a nav, and a form. And as you can see, that's a lot of code. Using the IsPseudo Selector, my code will now look like this. As you can see, it's way shorter, it's a one-liner only, and you can read it as a condition where if the element is header or nav or form, the button will be selected and the background will be changed. Number 4 is the Flexbox Gap. If you have used Flexbox before, you know that sometimes you want to have space between the items in your Flex container. Usually, people use margins, but we don't have to do that anymore. Now, if you have a Flex container, you can give that container a gap property, and that will give you the space that you want between your items. Now, if you want to, you can use 2 values. One to specify the gap between the rows, and the other one for the gap between the columns. Number 5 is aspect ratio. With aspect ratio, you are able to control the aspect ratio of your elements. This one is very, very useful when you are showing images or videos on your website and you want to keep the proportions. And number 6 is position sticky. And this one is one of my favorite ones. It is not so new. I made a video about it long time ago, but still, I wanted to remind you because I don't see enough people using sticky, and now it's very well supported in many browsers. Sticky is also my favorite because I, myself, and many people have needed to implement this using JavaScript, but now we can implement the same thing using only CSS. With Sticky, you can accomplish effects like this one. Here, as you can see, we can make elements follow the scroll of the user from and to certain points. To enable sticky, all you have to do is write position sticky on the element that you want to follow the user with. And step number 2, you have to put that element inside of a container that has a defined height. And that's it, you are done. Sticky is enabled. On the description of this video, there are 2 links where you can go and check out the demo for scroll snapping and also for sticky. Also, you can see the code so you can see exactly how it was made. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you learned something that can make your life as a developer better. If you like what you see, if you like this content, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Let me know in the comments if there is any new CSS feature that I missed on this video. I'm sure I did. And that's it. Thank you so much as always. Don't forget to be happy today. Please eat kimchi. 감사합니다. 사랑해요. Bye bye.